There it is.
So
All right.
there we go. Hit the record button. So everyone, Dave Puts here again for JKP Holdings alongside Mr. Nathan Turner. Hopefully everything goes well today. My brain's a little foggy from allergies. I'm sure my voice sounds very, very attractive. So
not COVID though, right?
No, thank God. You know, we're getting through a lot of this stuff. It's just been a whirlwind of a couple days, in and out, just what it is. Trying to manage email at the same time. It's been difficult, but I'll get through it and just take lots of Advil right now and just push through, and you get through it and eventually get through. How you been? How things been for you?
Good. We so it's interesting. So we live in Quebec, just outside of Montreal. We intended to move here for a year 18 years ago. And so finally, just a couple of weeks ago, we were like, you know what? I think now's the time. Kids are getting older. So this is it. So we're actually listing our house this coming Monday. So I've been burning the candle at both ends. Yeah. Burning the candle at both ends. We've got to repaint the basement and just a couple of little small things down there. So it's been crazy busy trying to get all that done, but it's all good.
I'm not jealous of you for moving. I'm sorry to tell you. I just don't think I'd ever do it. Just amazing. So is this because the kids are getting older and things are just adjusting, or what's
the biggest thing? Yeah. We love where we live. We love our little town just outside of Montreal. All that's great. There are definitely challenges in living in a French community, and so that's a thing. So we're moving back out west, back out to Alberta, where I'm from.
Okay.
Just outside of Calgary. So same kind of thing, small town just outside of big city. So we're very much looking forward to that, but it's busy for right now. We'll list on Monday.
So are you moving? How far away from where you're at now are you moving?
So right now, Montreal is like right above Burlington, Vermont.
Okay.
And then Calgary is right above like Billings, Montana.
Okay.
So we're going other side of the country, back out to the Rocky Mountains. We'll be less than an hour from the Rockies, which is fantastic. I'm very excited about that.
You can
convince the kids that they're excited about that too. Yes, I can't wait. 40 minutes away from a much bigger ski hill with bigger runs and steeper runs, and so I'm very much looking forward to that.
Who's more excited, your wife or you?
That's a good question. Right now, with everything going on, both of us are just like, let's just get it done.
Okay.
We're busily trying to get that all set and ready, but it's exciting. It's fun.
Cool.
Nothing to do with notes at all, but it's fun and exciting.
Yeah. And you could do the same thing where you're at, right? Are you getting a smaller house or what?
To be maybe a little bit bigger, or about the same size. We did that big renovation here a couple of years ago, and so it's roughly the same size. And we'll be able to pretty much move straight across, which is nice. So we're pretty exciting.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
New stuff going on. Cool.
And that's the beauty with notes. You can do it from anywhere. I'm still going to be in Canada. I'll be on Mountain Time Zone instead of Eastern. That's really the biggest difference.
Okay.
Otherwise, nothing much changes.
So let's transition this, right? We're both getting much younger in our age here.
Yeah.
And one of the things we're looking forward to is this retirement word, which I don't know about you, but everyone I talk to, retirement doesn't look much different than I'm doing now. I don't see myself slowing down. Yeah.
My retirement plan is to have a portfolio of notes. And that's it. So really the same thing that I'm doing now, but I enjoy it. I can certainly do it as a retiree, and so looking forward to that. So that's down the road, but there's planning involved, and there's things that you have to kind of consider, and tax considerations and all those kinds of things come into play. And so
gotcha.
So we've got our guest here today to help us figure some of that stuff out.
Yes. So we bring her in. Lo and behold, Mrs. Kaaren Hall. How are you, Kaaren?
Hey, good. It's Kaaren. It's Kaaren.
Kaaren. Sorry.
Kaaren with an attitude.
Well, so you're an experienced financial know it all about money and everything else, right? You have a background in big bank stuff.
Stuff, but I'm not an advisor. I know stuff, but I'm not supposed to advise anybody, but we'll
So
do our best today.
how did you get started in this space?
Oh man, I was a little girl and I just dreamt of self-directing IRAs. I used to like journal about it. I could hardly wait till I grow up. No,
Oh
but
my gosh.
I took a path that a lot of people did, like working, one job and then finding your way into real estate in some way. So it started off with property management, got a real estate license. Years go by, but I get into mortgage loan servicing, right? Loan servicing, get into loan origination. So the front and the back side of that elephant,
Mhm.
Yeah.
And from that I got into self-directed IRA. So I'd already in my career covered all the asset classes that our account holders invest in. So it was a real logical transition.
Very interesting. So why do we care about IRAs? What difference does it make to the average Joe's life? And is it for just average Joes, or is it for everybody? Is it for only the rich people, or who's it?
Well, it's not for Canadians. Sorry, love you.
Not. It doesn't apply to me, unfortunately.
But it's for Americans. Anyways, if you have a social security number, so if that's you, you're in business. The only barrier to entry here is to have earned income from a job, active income. That's how the IRS sees it. That's the only barrier to entry. But does it make sense to self-direct? Well, that's the thing. It's like when you self-direct your IRA, it's not like we're putting it in some vehicle that's growing. I mean, it earns a teeny bit of interest, but you self-direct your IRA when you want to invest in alternative assets. For example, notes, is a good one. A lot of people invest in notes, performing and non-performing debt, secured and unsecured loans. Your IRA can be the bank, be the lender. Notes are a really big asset class, but real estate, precious metals are big right now. Whenever the economy goes a little haywire, people love precious metals, and we're doing a lot of that. So it's called alternative assets. It's a really big space.
So let's clear up a few quick things. Self-directing your IRA is not illegal.
Oh gosh, no.
Right? You don't have to put your money in the stock market, in a 401k, 403b, whatever your plan is. You don't have to do that. You can self-direct it. You do, but you don't, right? So you can also self-direct it. It's another option. Talk to your HR about it, but it's another option.
Yeah, a lot of times when you work for a company and you've got a 401k, a 403b, a 457, you may not have the option to self-direct then. You might have to wait until you leave the service of your company, and then you can. But like small businesses can have what's called a SEP IRA, which is a self-employed, a pension. And then there's also the solo 401k. So there are other things you can do as an employer, but most employers have other accounts. But with us, it's a traditional Roth, SEP, simple, spousal, inherited IRA, solo 401k, and also health savings account. You can self-direct all those things.
Cool.
So you said one thing that I just want to pick out there. Inherited IRAs. Can you inherit somebody else's IRA?
Yeah. So when you open an IRA, like, hey, today Nathan opens an IRA, and you name a beneficiary. So usually it's your spouse as a primary beneficiary, your children as contingent beneficiaries, but God forbid you pass. So what happens next is your beneficiaries, the money from your IRA goes directly into the beneficiary IRAs. And, so the beneficiaries will open new inherited IRA accounts, and there are special rules, a lot of special rules, and they're changing regarding inherited IRAs.
Gotcha.
I did not know that one. That's an interesting one. I hadn't heard of that.
Yeah, it doesn't go through probate or anything. An IRA in this sense is like a trust.
Okay.
So it goes directly from the decedent's account to the beneficiary's account. Basically, it works like a little paperwork, but that's how it goes.
Very interesting. I did not know that. So when you talk about owning notes, are there any restrictions in owning notes? Like for example, if I bought a note in my own IRA, can I then do everything that I would normally do? I can talk to the borrowers if I choose to, or have the servicers do that, or set up attorneys, all that kind of thing. Like I can manage that, or how does that work?
Yeah, let's talk about it. So with self-directed IRAs, there are special rules for sure. And it's like a game of keep away from these things called prohibited transactions.